Today we got the pressure washer. This is going to work for pretty much anything that's got a gasoline engine. This is very simple, but a lot of guys have difficulty with this sometimes. But which is the case, if you're not sure what you're doing, obviously you're going to have problems. When you know what you're doing, it looks simple and easy. You can see there's no recoil rope. He broke the recoil rope, so he needs it replaced. So we're going to show you how to do that today. Before we get started, make sure you got your safety apparel on, whatever you need in order to keep yourself safe. And as I've mentioned before, this is a working shop. Because of that, there's times I have to stop to help my customers, phone calls, in person, whatever the case may be. But otherwise, I try to do my videos straight through without a bunch of garbage. So we're going to take the recoil off, and then we're going to show you how to put a rope onto it and go from there. Alright, to get started, we're going to get a 10 millimeter. This is a Honda engine. It's 10 millimeter on the 3 bolts. Alright, so the recoil's off. And you can see right here, there's the rope. So first thing we want to do before we go too much further is ensure that the recoil is actually in good working order. So what we're going to do is go counterclockwise with it and hold it with your thumb. Yes, it's not an issue. So if the spring inside is a problem, when you get it about 8 or 9 turns, it'll pop loose and unwind and it'll be slack again, but it's not. So you can see it's actually pulling back out. There was no pop, everything's good to go. So we're going to move over to my table and we're going to put the rope on. We'll show you how that's done. Pretty easy. Alright, so at this point you're going to need no other tools. None. What you're going to want is to get your rope and go ahead and cut at the length, about 5 foot. Make sure the ends are good. You can burn them and melt them like you normally see. Or if you cut them good and sharp, then the ends are pretty good and clean, so you don't have to worry about it. So what we're going to do, I'll lay my rope down. We're going to do the same thing we did a minute ago. Now if you see right there, there's a hole. That's where the rope is going to come through to tie off. So we're going to turn this counterclockwise and hold it with our other hand. Turn, turn, turn. And the number of turns is going to vary a little bit, but what you want to do is turn it probably around 8 or so, not full turns, but just turn, 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 about 8. When it starts getting good and tight, you're going to bring that hole around till it lines up with that hole. Now if it's really hard to get it over there, back off 1 rotation. You don't want to have it too tight. Now all you're going to do is feed this through the hole here and try to feed it right through the hole. Now if this is frayed up, it's not going to do it. So you're going to just stick it through there, and then you're going to work it to the other side. And if you're looking in the hole, you'll see it, and you can line it up. Pull it through. Keep holding that black ring and the red or black if you got the newer style. And then you're going to tie this into a knot 1, 2 times. Hold the rope on the back side and pull it. Now you got a good knot right there. Now you're going to pull that rope through just like that. Pull it tight. This little excess right here, cut it off. Leave about a 1/4 inch excess. Pull it tight. Now hold on to the rope. If you let this go, it's going to snatch that thing right out of your hand. So you're going to ease back into it. And then if you have too much rope, you want to keep it where you got it tight against the body of the recoil. If there's too much of this rope hanging out, you're going to need to cut the excess off. But don't cut it off yet. You're going to, you see what we got? That easy. Hold on to it. And if you let it go and it unwinds in your hand, then you got to start over. Feed your handle. Feed the rope through the handle. Do the same thing. You're going to do 1. And some of these handles are a little bit different. Two swipes in that thing. Some of these handles are different. This is a solid plastic. Some of them are going to have a rubber boot that you're going to slide down, and you're going to have an inner piece that goes across here that this ties into. Once you've got it in there, pull it tight so that you know it's good. And I always run it twice through there to make sure the knot's large enough not to fit through the hole. When I let go, there it is. Now we're going to take and cut this excess off so it looks pretty. Now you see what you got. Recoil is done. Now we're going to put it back on. When you put these back on, put it back on the way you took it off. I mean, don't be putting this thing on like this, or like, you know, pay attention to what you're doing. It's written so that you can see it in the correct position. But I got guys who bring them in that look like this, and you're pulling over here. But I mean, put it back on in the right position. You're gonna put these on hand tight first. Get them started. You come in here with this impact and you start trying to wind this thing in, and they're cross threaded, you're screwed. Then you're looking for a new recoil housing because you done you done cross threaded the nuts on the back side of this thing. And you're not going to replace the nuts, you got to replace the housing. Once you got them in, threaded, give it a little bit. You ain't got to crank down this thing. One tap. One tap. One tap. That's done. It's that easy, quick, simple to do. You're done. It's not overly complicated. It's something you can do yourself. I don't like the cotton style rope that you see, the white stuff. I usually get the Kevlar reinforced, which lasts a lot longer. But situation here, the guy's recoil actually got caught when he went to take it out of the truck. The recoil got caught on something on his truck, and when he brought the pressure washer down, he was dangling by the recoil and snapped it off, is what he had told me. I'm not for sure, but originally it was this, but you see it broke right down at so it was fully extended when it finally broke. Luckily it broke the rope and it didn't break the actual recoil, because the recoil is a little bit pricey. But that's pretty much it. That's all you got to do. If you got any questions, comments, whatever, drop them down below, or you can find me on Facebook. Facebook, I can help you out a lot better if you got problems, because I can get videos and pictures and things. I can't get that here on YouTube, so find me on Facebook under the same name. Otherwise, you guys be safe. I'll see you in the next video, and in the meantime, give your mom a call. Tell her you love her, because you might not see her again one day. Y'all be safe.